Is trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 10.
Breaking now, Lincoln police making an arrest tonight in a possible kidnapping. Police alerting the public of 41-year-old Stephanie Fisher, who you see here, being forced into a car. Now, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ron Fowler. This was the plateless Ford Explorer. Police say she was taken in, and over here is the location they say it happened. It was near First and P. They will only say she was found at a local motel with minor injuries, so good news there. Tate Wright is the man in custody tonight after this possible abduction. He was arrested at the motel. Again, police are not releasing a whole lot more information. When we learn more, we'll be sure to get you updated right away. All right, now we need to get you updated on the possibility of severe weather during the overnight hours. Here's a live look from our Honda of Lincoln cam. Not much going on right now, but could things change in the middle of the night? Wake everybody up? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins for the latest. Rusty?
I was woken up a couple of different times, and that 5 a.m. one really was not pleasant. That was way too early, but Mother Nature doesn't care, and we do have a chance at seeing some storms again overnight tonight. The severe threat is lower, but it's not zero, so let's get to it. Here's what's out there right now. Mostly cloudy skies. In fact, almost the entire state of Nebraska, except for the parts of the Panhandle, is pretty quiet. One spot shower over there by O'Neill. But what we're watching is way to the south. There it is. And that line is headed our way. So it'll probably get to that Nebraska-Kansas border around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then eventually move north and east. But again, 1 or 2 strong to maybe severe storms a possibility as it moves south to north. 80 degrees in Beatrice right now with mostly clear skies, and it feels like 84 with that dew point still in the middle 70s. We're in the 60s, 70s, and still 80 in Beatrice. Everybody else, most everybody else in the 70s. Dew points, unfortunately, in the 70s as well, so that heat index just a few degrees warmer than the actual temperature. As we head through tonight, here come the storms. This is 11 p.m., and then by midnight it crosses and makes its way over the boundary and into Nebraska, and then a line of storms tries to pop up and sticks around throughout the overnight into the early morning hours. Showers, thunderstorms possible from midnight to around 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow morning as the kids head to school. So that another chance for some strong storms overnight. We'll do the rest of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Breaking now, programs being cut at the University of Nebraska today, and why the regents say more are possible. The entire system already seeing steep budget cuts worth millions of dollars, and as many of you remember, entire programs previously slashed despite public disapproval. And now more programs are on the chopping block. Today, the Board of Regents voting to eliminate several low enrollment programs and defending their decision to pursue a budget increase from the state. Channel 8's Danielle Da Silva was in the room as the voting went down and explains.
Thursday morning, a total of 9 academic programs were axed across the 4 NU campuses. And here at UNL, that means if you're looking for a degree in ethnic studies or insect science, you'll have to go somewhere else.
Removing ethnic studies as a major because of an arbitrary baseline number of majors strips away a meaningful opportunity that connects scholarship across disciplines.
Despite a few pleas from the public, the decision to make program cuts were unanimous among the regents, citing low enrollment, accreditation concerns, and even faculty retirements. Programs cut on Thursday included UNMC's post-bachelorette in infectious disease epidemiology and UNO's master's in industrial and organizational psychology. Tough choices later leading to a discussion over the 2026-2027 budget. Both sides of the spectrum expressing frustrations. Regents describing the pressures of increased inflation as students spoke out about higher housing costs and new fees tacked on each year.
I don't think that the future of this university's financial security and ensuring that Nebraska continues to produce doctors that serve rural and underserved communities can rely on a model where students need to take out additional high-interest private loans that are also ineligible for loan forgiveness programs.
It is not sustainable to keep keep increasing tuition. It is not sustainable to keep making cuts.
Point where we try to reduce and cut things, but the last time I knew, you can't cut a bone with a knife.
The Regents approving a request for a 4.25% increase each year for their next 2-year budget cycle. Nebraska lawmakers will have a say on that during the next session. The board also making mention of the need for more state investments, saying without state support, more cuts may just be inevitable. Reporting from UNL, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
And new developments, the University of Nebraska president speaking today on the Protect College Sports Act, which is under consideration in the U.S. Senate.
With the support of our federal delegation, particularly the tremendous support of Senator Fisher on the Commerce Committee and the leadership of the Big Ten and Southeastern conferences, this act will hopefully be signed into law with language endorsed by all of the A4 conferences, helping to stabilize collegiate athletics for decades to come.
The bill is meant to create new federal regulations for college sports. Supporters say it will bring many benefits for those in college sports, like earning money from brand deals without losing some academic privileges. It's widely supported by Nebraska senators. Well, one of them is Senator Pete Ricketts. In a statement today, he says, quote, "This bipartisan bill addresses issues that were causing chaos in college sports, like eligibility requirements and NIL. These improvements will better support student athletes while preserving the tradition of college sports." Right now, a work of art, 55 days in the making, is officially unveiled. The artist leaving a colorful mark on downtown York with a huge mural. Channel 8's Nick Erickson was there for the ribbon cutting tonight.
The artist's tradition continues in York on Thursday afternoon as the town revealed its newest piece of art, a mural painted by one Jasmine Young. Earlier this year, the York Creative District received a $96,000 grant from their Arts Council. After countless submissions were made from artists across Nebraska, all with different designs, the Arts Council Advisory Board revealed that Young would paint the mural.
I wanted it to feel like a Friday night. You're going out to the movie theater. You're kind of like the drive-through theater. You got your mom and your grandma and your grandpa and everybody's going to the theater to watch the movie. And then I wanted the bottom half to feel like a place that you could take a photo at.
Young, an Omaha native, has been doing murals for only a year now, noting that this was the first one in which she had done herself. She is currently in her 6th year of creating artwork professionally. The mural, which is on the side of the Sun Theater across the street from the White Buffalo Bison Club, took 55 days to complete, not including the time that it took to add anti-graffiti coating.
We started June 1st and we finished July 25th. That was the last day of painting.
What isn't seen in the beautiful mural is the adversity she had to overcome. Young had to battle the rain in many instances and also had to have power lines moved so she wouldn't get shocked. Dr. Clark Roush, the director of the York Creative District and the person who hired Young, says the mural actually does more for the town than just look good.
There are other organizations that aren't ours, but we often partner with, and they're trying to bring businesses to York. They're trying to get visitors to come to York, and that's a selling point. And having a certain amount of art and culture in the city is a selling point if businesses want to locate here, if people want to move here, people want to come and view this and the other mural that we have and just spend some time around a square. It's inviting, it's epic, it's majestic, and we're just happy to give this gift to the city.
So the next time you're in York, drive by the Sun Theater and check it out. Reporting from York, Nick Erickson, Channel 8 News.
Pretty impressive. Don't go anywhere. We have more for you after the break, including the lucky numbers. What people who were working in the convenience store in Quincy, Illinois have to say about being part of the billion-dollar jackpot.
Showers and thunderstorms a possibility. Some severe weather, not quite like last night, though, which we'll talk about when we come back.
details tonight from Quincy, Illinois about the Powerball jackpot winner. We're getting a first-hand account of the workers there and how it feels to sell $1 billion Powerball ticket to the person across the counter. Caitlin Pendleton from our sister station, KTVO, reports.
I'm out here at the Hy-Vee Fresh and Fast gas station on Broadway and 36th Street in Quincy, where the Wednesday's winning $1 billion ticket was sold. While we don't know if anyone has come forward to claim the ticket, the store manager does tell me he feels like he won the lottery.
I had a lady call us on the phone from Texas just to call to congratulate us that we won. I didn't know who the heck she was, but she just called. She goes, "I'm calling from Texas. I just wanted to congratulate you guys on your win."
I spoke with a few Quincyans on what they would do with the $1.04 billion.
And I got up this morning and saw the first local report said it was actually at the gas station that I bought my ticket.
A handful of residents say they would donate the money to places in the Gem City. A few tell me they would also keep the news to themselves.
I would keep my mouth shut. I would wait 6 months. I would move to a different state that has no income tax. I'd keep my mouth shut and contact a financial planner and tax advisor.
Illinois allows the winner of the lottery to remain anonymous for jackpots over $250,000. And Illinois officials are ecstatic about the win here in the Prairie State.
Well, you know, this is a win for players, clearly, because there have been a lot of engagement with this drawing, but it's also a win for Illinois. You know, we were able to sell over $53 million in Powerball tickets, yielding over $21 million in proceeds for education.
Reporting in Quincy, Caitlin Pendleton, Tri-State Trusted News.
All right, new attempt. A rabies warning being sent out tonight in Cherry County. Officials there say they're seeing more bats than usual. And this week, one was found interacting with puppies. And that bat tested positive for rabies. They say if you or your pet have contact with a bat, even if you did not see a bite or a scratch, exposure can still occur. Bat bites can be tiny and may go unnoticed.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Just looking for bats. Don't mind me. No bats over there, Rod?
I don't see any.
Okay. What we did see, though, last night was an interesting storm system. Now, storm reports started in western Nebraska, and it was just fine and dandy until it got into central Nebraska, and that's where this storm ramped up real quick and for just a little bit of time. Now, it stayed severe as it moved to the east, past Columbus, some very strong winds, but these two reports, Broken Bow had a 90-mile-per-hour wind gust report, and then Arcadia had an 80-mile-per-hour wind gust report. The rest of them 55 to 65. I think there was one 70-mile-per-hour one in there too, but a lot of wind with that storm. Now we've got precipitation to talk about too. Anywhere from ½ an inch to 3 inches of rainfall, that swath right there. That will help the drought monitor next week. It doesn't go into the pot for this week, but next week the drought monitor is probably going to look a lot different. 48th and Cornhusker Highway, quiet evening on our ABC Seamless Cam. Speaking of drought monitor, this is what it looked last week. This week, really no changes. I mean, just minimal changes. But this area right here saw significant rainfall last night into early this morning, so that will probably improve. This area right here seeing some rainfall tonight, and there's more rain coming at us from the south. Lots to get to. Temperatures 60s, 70s, and 80s right now. We're at 75 in Lincoln. It's still warm. It's still muggy. It's still 80 degrees in Beatrice with 74 for a dew point there, 70 in Lincoln, 72 Wahoo. York, you're at 73, so that heat index, while not terribly high, still a few degrees higher. It still feels like 91 in Falls City. Cloud cover starting to increase. Every now and then you see a blip trying to show up. A blip over here by O'Neill. Some strong storms trying to move into the Panhandle. Remember I pointed that out where there's that excessive drought? They're going to see some pretty good rainfall tonight. So there's through tonight into early tomorrow morning, a marginal risk. Last night it was a slight risk. That's the level 2. Tonight it's a little bit lower. So still a chance at 1 or 2 strong storms, but the potential for severe weather is a little lower, but still there. again, 1 or 2 strong storms. Comes at us as we head through 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight. I think a line starts to form and then just kind of hangs out here, and some strong storms possible through 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. This may move and shift and be in all parts of eastern Nebraska, so we may be woken up again at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Lingers through 6 o'clock. If you're headed out to school or work or wherever you're headed, early tomorrow morning, maybe a few showers lingering, and then a pop-up shower every now and then as we head into the afternoon. So I think Friday, on and off showers. You can see 4 o'clock in the afternoon, still a chance out there as this low pressure system kind of wiggles its way across the state. How much rain? Kind of depends on where that line sets up, but anywhere from next to nothing to 1, maybe 2 or 3 inches of rainfall. And then Friday night, another chance for some strong to severe storms, kind of in the same spot. And again, Saturday night into early Sunday morning. These are all overnight threats. Unfortunately, it's just the pattern we're in right now that we're going to be very tired by the end of the weekend, I have a feeling. Temperatures tonight in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Highs tomorrow, lower, middle, and upper 80s, and probably some 90s as well. I think for Lincoln, though, 80s all the way through the next 10 days. Storms possible Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. A break on Monday, and then just small chances as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday. And those temperatures, not too bad by the middle of next week. Okay, I previewed this to Rod because it's kind of difficult to wrap your head around this one, but acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. So if you drop something, how fast is that going in 4 seconds? Is it 22 miles an hour, 44, 66, or 88 miles per hour?
And no wind resistance.
It's in a vacuum, so no wind resistance. You drop a baseball off the Empire State Building, how fast is it going if no wind resistance in 4 seconds?
I'll bet you it gets right up there to 66.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
You're close. It's 88 miles per hour, and I wonder if that's where the flux capacitor came up with that number, 88 miles per hour. Just
in Back to the Future?
Yeah. That's why I had to do the question. I'm like, that makes sense.
I'll tell you what, you scientists, yeah, you kill me. All right. Thank you so much, Rusty. New attend the Lincoln Christian School's head football coach posting an update about his wife. Coach Earl's wife, Danelle, was battling a brain tumor, but is now at 21 months partial remission. Earl says his wife has not had a seizure since May 11th, which is great progress considering she had 10 to 20 seizures per day back in February. He's still asking for prayers while she continues to fight through the tumor. But don't go anywhere. Our sports director, Will Charlton, is going to be taking you into the Sports Zone tonight. Volleyball team, as you see right there, ahead of their nationally televised games and getting a preview of high school football games that are right around the corner. Stay with us.
From the Channel 8 Sports Zone, powered by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into your Thursday night Sports Zone. I'm Will Charlton. Hope it's been a great day and you're even having a better night. Earlier today, the #1 preseason ranked Nebraska volleyball team spoke to the media for the first time ahead of the upcoming season. All players and head coach Danny Busboom Kelly took to the podium. Now, of course, there's a lot of national respect for this program early on with the top ranking. But according to Busboom Kelly and senior Bergen Riley, it's not something that really matters in the long run.
We're not really talking about it this year, probably as much as last year. It means less, I think, to this group this year than ever because it's the way we finished.
When that ranking came out, we were all in the locker room, like, almost more just like, we don't want it. Of course, we love that people have confidence in us, but it's also kind of just some outside noise that we want to go in every day and have a chip on our shoulder and prove ourselves.
Nebraska will get a chance to face off against some top-tier teams, such as #2 Texas, in some unique venues right away. Seniors Harper Murray and Andy Jackson say those opportunities provide quite a good deal of excitement.
Coming into our freshman year 4 years ago, you wouldn't think that we're going to go play in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium or in Wrigley Field or even like in our stadium for that matter.
None of these venues feel real right now, and I don't think they will until we get there and we're in the present. Opening the season with such a strong game against such a strong team is going to be super exciting, not only for us, but for the fans as well.
Another thing Riley discussed was how much the senior class has been able to grow alongside each other in their time with Big Red.
We kind of say we're like sisters, and as a team we want to be like a family, but especially us four, we've been together so long, so we can push each other and hold each other accountable because we know that we all are coming from a place of love. Having all 4 years together has really helped us as a class.
The Huskers can be seen in action for the first time this Sunday at 3 p.m. when they take the court of Pinnacle Bank Arena for the annual Red-White scrimmage. But going back to one of the teams Nebraska will face in a unique venue early on, the Huskers will face off with Missouri in Chicago at Wrigley Field on September 6th. The Tigers here are already getting some practice reps in on a baseball field, trying to work out the kinks of what it would actually be like to play on the diamond there. This match is part of the Big Ten SEC Challenge this season, and that's going to be a fun one for the Huskers. Tucson, Nebraska football news as transfer linebacker Owen Chambliss has been named to the Butkus Award preseason watch list. Chambliss transfers in from San Diego State following new defensive coordinator Rob Orich. Chambliss was a first-team All-Mountain West player in 2025 as one of the 51 linebackers named to this preseason list. He's one of 12 from the Big Ten as well. The Butkus Award is given annually to the nation's top linebacker. The Legion Baseball World Series is underway in Shelby, North Carolina, and Lincoln's own Carpetland Rugs started out with a 4-2 win over the Fairfield Expos from California. What a great way to kick off the tournament for our guys from right here in the capital city. The Rugs next face off against Tupelo, Mississippi Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Good luck, guys. Our high school football preseason coverage continues with the Pius X Catholic Thunderbolts. This fall, this team is led by new head coach Michael Grindy. Last night, I talked with Grindy and senior Martin Owens about the new energy that has been brought to the team with the coaching change.
What is it like to be taking over this program?
It's a gift, man. It really is. And God's blessed this program. I'm appreciative to be a part of it. It's an absolute blessing. I tell the boys this all the time. This game's a gift. I'm honored to be a part of this program, this Pius X family.
And what have been some of the biggest things you've wanted to instill into this program as head coach?
The biggest thing is I want these boys to know that they're loved by the Lord. The fact that they know they're loved and seen and heard, and taking that love from God and God's mercy and using that to fuel the excitement, the passion, the energy of the team.
And if you can put yourself in the shoes of that first Friday night, what do you think it's going to be like actually leading your team out onto the field for the first time?
Chills, man. I have goosebumps. I think that Friday nights on Aldridge Field is a place for the community in Lincoln to come here, to cheer on our boys, to cheer on the band, to cheer on the student section, to cheer on the dance and cheer team. Aldridge Field on Friday nights is a special place because it brings the community together.
How's it been getting adjusted to Coach Grindy?
It's good. He has a lot of energy. He's great for this team, and he just wants us all to do better, and we love that about him.
And he brings a lot of juice to this field, it seems like.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a whole new energy. It's just so fun seeing our coach, jump around on the sideline. All these new coaches are jumping around, being happy for us and just wanting us to do our best.
How much does that kind of help you guys in practice?
Yeah, it's so helpful, you know, just knowing that they only want us to get better. They don't care, you know, if we mess up. It's just next play mentality. They're really good about it.
And don't forget, all of the Kansas City Chiefs NFL preseason games will be right here on Channel 8. Their first matchup is against the Los Angeles Rams. It starts at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Well, that's a wrap for this Thursday night here on Sports Zone. We're going to send it back to you now, Rod.
All right, thank you, Will. We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast. All right, Rusty, not much going on weather-wise here in Nebraska right now, but what, 2, 3, 4 hours?
Yeah.
Could change.
Unfortunately, it looks like another overnight battle with Mother Nature. Now, it doesn't look like it'll be as this weather will be as strong to severe as it was last night, but still some thunder boomers, a pretty good possibility. And it's still warm out there too. We have temperatures in the 70s and 80s for a good portion of the state. And there's the precipitation off to the west. You have to look just a little further south, and there's that line crossing I-70 now, making its way towards Nebraska. That'll be here in the next couple of hours. So it's 10:30 now, probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning before it starts to cross that border. And then as it does, it kind of makes its way into central and eastern Nebraska, and some strong storms a possibility. Again, the severe weather threat is lower than it was yesterday, but not zero. We could see some strong storms as we head through the overnight into very early tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Rusty, and thank you for joining us. Don't forget, Andrew and Houston, they get up early. They're going to be here for your morning news starting at 5 o'clock. Jimmy Kimmel's up next. See you tomorrow.
Come see us at our new South Point location. Locally owned, comfort-made mattress factory, handcrafted, built right here, and backed with a lifetime comfort guarantee.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join. It's the summer.